Hello and welcome back. In this video guide, we'll be going over the main display tab and some of the features and functions we can find here on the Libra Plant app. So we'll just jump right into it. Here we are, obviously main display tab. We have our Libra Plant logo at the top. Our green scale indicator kind of section there, showing off our weights. At the top there, top left, we can see our cloud sync status. I'm all good, I'm synced up. This will update with any syncs that happen. So as soon as you create a new transaction, little arrows will start moving. It'll also have, if you're offline for whatever reason, it'll tell you, hey, I haven't updated any weights in a little while here. You may want to get me on some Wi-Fi and make sure that it gets all synced up. On the top right there, we can see that we have we're in auto detect mode. That's what that auto means. And then we're showing the net weight at the top right there. That's what the top display is all about. He's the net weight. And then that bottom kind of half of the indicator, we have our left, right, and gross weight displays. So uh, in my case, it's left and right anyways. It's actually the container 1 and container 2 display weights. I just like to label mine left and right. But you can name them whatever you want when you're setting up your equipment, and the names will display there as well as a little bit later on down the page we can see there. But the bottom right will always be the gross weight. So the top weight is your gross weight minus your Tare weight. Yep. And so right underneath there, speaking of Tare, we have our main 4 operation buttons there. We have Tare, Clear, Load, and Save. Tare is used to tear out your weight, so we can set that to 0. And then Clear is used to clear the tear. And so it'll just be the same as your gross weight because there's nothing being teared. Load, we can start a manual load into our equipment there. That'll become unload in tender mode, but it's a way to start manual transactions. And then save can be used to manually save those transactions. Right underneath that, we have some selections. The top selection here, we can see that bar going all the way across the screen is our current source. So right now I have that set to my bean seed. If you tap on that there, you can go ahead and select whatever other destinations and locations and stuff you may have. Kind of the ones I care about here are my planting inventory that I have set up, my 2 seeds and then my fertilizer. So I'll just go ahead and leave that on bean seed though for now, and that'll also show the weight there off to the right and the exact product that it's tracking right underneath the name there too. Right underneath that, we have our currently selected equipment. Currently, I have my planter. It doesn't have any weights in it at the moment, but that would show your total weight there on the top, and then your 2 containers would have their progress bar set up depending on how much weight we've set them up to handle in our equipment screen. That's how that equipment tab works there. Again, you can tap that and select any equipment that you may have otherwise set up. And then right underneath that, we have our currently selected field. So that'll be the field that we're applying any of our weights to here. So right now I have that set to my west field, and it says that the last thing you put on here was some soybean. And then again, along with the total weight of the product that we've put onto that field. Right underneath that, then kind of at the end of this little block here, we have our currently selected operator. So that's useful obviously for tracking who's doing what with the equipment. And then on the right of that, we have the currently selected Libra device. So that's just set up in our settings tab here. I have my planting device there. At the top right of the screen, right underneath the Agromatics logo, we have a gear for some quick settings, including the weight units, the area units, and what display mode we're currently in. More settings can be found under the settings tab as well. And then next to that gear icon there, we have our running application calculator. This gives us an estimate about how much we've been applying our running rate there. So we can put in our field weight that we're currently working on, the current equipment weight, and then how far we've gotten through the field, either as a text there or as a nifty slider, and that'll help us estimate about how much we've been using. So But that is more or less the display tab. For more instructional videos, app help, how-to guides, and troubleshooting tips, please visit our support page at support.agrommatics.com.